Hello, and welcome back to our mini course about emotions, developed by experts in emotions and mental health, as well as clinical psychologists. In the first 4 videos, we spoke about what emotions are, how to identify them, how beliefs we have can give rise to secondary emotions, and we also gave you some strategies to help you manage emotions. Today, we look at what to do to feel more balanced to prevent having strong emotions in the first place. A good place to start is around some basic self-care, such as sleeping well, getting some fresh air, and eating a balanced diet. For example, have you ever noticed how when you're tired, instead of feeling a bit annoyed at your partner or housemates for not washing the dishes, you get really mad and angry? This is what tiredness does to you. It amplifies your emotions. A lack of nutrients or fresh air will also amplify your emotions. It is important to acknowledge that these things may be difficult to achieve when your emotions feel overwhelming or when you have an eating disorder. You may feel too anxious to sleep, or you may have a difficult relationship with eating and exercise. In that case, please follow your treatment plan or seek professional help. These simple strategies can and do make a difference, but there are other things that you can do, such as adding small activities to your day to help balance unpleasant emotions with more pleasant ones. There are different kinds of activities that you may want to use for different emotions. Do you remember in video 2 when we saw how emotions can be placed on an axis? Using this axis may help you choose an activity to help you feel better. For instance, calming activities may be useful if you feel an emotion with high energy, such as anger. Now, if you feel sad, which is an emotion low in energy, you may want to do an activity that gives you pleasure. There are also activities that can give you a sense of achievement when you feel unpleasant emotions with high or low energy. Ultimately, it is really important to note that we are all different. For instance, some people may want to listen to really loud metal music when they feel emotions with high energy, while others may prefer calming down with a bath. There are no right or wrong way to feel better. It's about learning what works for you. In this video, we're presenting some activities to get you started, but please use our worksheet for more ideas and to write down what works for you. So, if you feel a high energy emotion and want to feel calmer, what can you do? Some people may want to watch their favorite sitcom. Others may want to go for a quiet forest walk. Planning calming activities to do each day can help stop the busyness of the world and helps you refocus on yourself, so you are more prepared to tackle challenging situations when they arise. You can stop the video here to write down what works for you when you want to feel calm. Now, what about activities that give you pleasure? Again, these activities vary from person to person, so think about what gives you pleasure. Maybe it is calling your friends for a long overdue catch-up, or maybe it is spending quality time with your family. Being around people and feeling connected is a really good way to feel better, but you can also do an activity alone, such as reading a great novel. It can be hard to take the time to find pleasant things to do, and we may even feel guilty for doing so. But as you may recall, this is a secondary emotion. You feel guilty for being happy. But it is important to take the time to do things that make us happy, to help balance out the everyday stress. You're not being selfish, you're just taking care of yourself. Finally, there are activities that may not give you immediate pleasure, but that give you a sense of achievement. What does this look like? A good example may be deep cleaning your house. Do you enjoy doing this? I'd say most likely not. But once you've done it, you might feel proud and happy that you've achieved something hard. Another example may be gardening or cutting the grass or mastering a challenging yoga pose. Now, we know that adding more activities to your days when you feel you can barely keep your head out of the water can feel challenging and overwhelming. But the good news is that you may already be doing them without even realizing it. And that leads to our final 2 points: gratitude and mindfulness. Let's start with gratitude, which means acknowledging the goodness in your life. It is easy to be consumed by what goes wrong because it needs fixing and therefore requires your attention. But by appreciating the small things in life, you may find yourself more balanced and happier. Is there anything that you can be grateful for today? Maybe the sun was out, or maybe a friend sent you a funny picture that they thought would make you laugh. There are probably many things you can be grateful for, but the difficulty is trying to be more aware of them so you can appreciate them. How do you do this? Through mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment. For example, when reading a story to your children, you may be thinking about tomorrow's meeting or the argument that you had with a colleague earlier. Instead, try to focus on being present in the moment to take the full benefits of that activity that makes you happy. Similarly, watching a movie may help you relax in the evening, but most of us are guilty of multitasking, and you may find yourself texting friends or scrolling through your social media. But by not being present, you miss enjoying the moment and you don't get its full benefits. You can use our workbook to help you practice mindfulness, although there are also many apps available out there. A good place to start for mindfulness is to try to focus on your breathing and letting thoughts or emotion come and go, without judgment and without holding on to them, like a balloon. Maybe start with 2 minutes a day at first. It is near impossible to be mindful every single moment of the day, so build it in slowly in your life until you start being mindful in your everyday activities without even realizing it. It won't come in a day, but with practice you will get there. So what have we learned today? We learned that some simple things can make a big difference, such as sleeping well, getting some fresh air, and eating a balanced diet. We also learned that it's important to add calming or pleasant activities to your day to balance out the everyday stress. And finally, we learned that it's not just about doing this activity, but about noticing them, being grateful for what goes well in your life, as well as being mentally present when they happen. Remember that these activities will vary from person to person, and also that being grateful or mindful is far from easy and will need practice. Now, shall we stop and think about what you've learned through this course? Maybe you can pause the video here and write down what you think you have learned in your booklet. Do you now feel more comfortable with your emotions, knowing that everybody has them, that they help you achieve goals, and that they don't last long? Can you better identify how you feel by looking at your body cues and the situation? Do you feel you're now better able to manage your emotions even when they feel overwhelming? And will you try to be more mindful of activities to balance unpleasant emotions with unpleasant ones? We have now reached the end of the course. Thank you for watching, and we hope you find it useful. Feel free to send us some feedback, or if you think we have forgotten to cover an aspect you find important or difficult.